When you're creating ads, you have to take into account whether it's an interruption-based or intent-based ad. And depending on which one it is, then you have to, of course, update your messaging, your creatives, and similar. Today's topic will be two types of ads, like I mentioned, interrupt versus intent, and how to win at each. So let's get started. Every paid ad in the world is one of two kinds. Either you interrupt someone who wasn't looking for you through Meta, TikTok, for example, or you capture intent from someone who was, like Google search or ChatGPT ads these days. So somebody's already searching something, you pop up there, that's intent based. Somebody's just doom scrolling and then your ad pops up, that's interruption based. And yeah, so we'll cover those and speak about the differences and what you need to do in order to win at both. So the split, like I mentioned, somebody, for example, on Google or ChatGPT types best running shoes for flat feet. They have a problem, a budget, and a plan. Your job is to be the most convincing answer, whether organically or through paid. But today's topic is ads, so we'll focus on those. You're already capturing the demand that exists. You just have to, find the best way to do it. When it comes to interruption, somebody is watching videos at 11 p.m., not thinking about anything about your product at all, and then you have, a few seconds just to capture their attention and then make them perform an action. Either click on the ad and take them to a landing page or fill out a form or make a purchase. It doesn't matter. But the thing is, there is, here it says demand doesn't exist yet. Maybe at that moment they weren't searching for it, so there's no like active demand, but there could be passive demand. And so through targeting, we got them to get interested. We got our ad to their screens. So there could be some demand, but we'll get more on the targeting a bit later. So that's the difference between the two, intent versus interrupt. The message with the intent is match what they search, remove doubt, and make choosing easy. With the interruptions on Meta, for example, hook is first. Within the first second, from 1 to 3 seconds, you have to hook them, make them stop the scroll, make them engage, interested in what you have to say for the rest of the seconds. Each second has to earn the next second with the interruption-based ads. When it comes to competition, with intent, other ads and the results on the same query is the competition. In the interrupt on Meta, for example, everything else is your competition. Everything else around them while they're scrolling is your competition. So memes, other creators, their friends and family, their pets around them. So you're competing with everything else, and that's why you have to make it that much more compelling. The math in that intent converts much higher, but is limited. It's limited to only the people who are searching for it. Interruption has so much bigger reach. You can basically target anyone in the world, but your conversion rate is going to be lower. You have to run both. You have to run intent because it's high conversion, and you have to run interruption based ads just to reach more people. Some people aren't even aware of your product or of the problem you're solving. So try to remember, intent is a market stall or market shop where shoppers came to buy. You just have to convince them you're the best choice. Interruption is like a street performer who has to draw the crowd first. So yeah, bear that in mind. Beginner mistake is writing a search style ad on TikTok, for example. Quality product, great prices, shop now. It's it basically, you didn't hook them, you didn't make them care at first. So that's going to be a beginner mistake number one. Okay, so let's focus on Meta and TikTok for a second now. Let's focus on stopping the scroll. Watch decision happens in the first 3 seconds. If frame 1 doesn't earn a pause, nothing after matters. So you have to pay attention to your data. What does it show? If people are dropping off after the first 2 seconds, you can be sharing the most valuable information afterwards, but nobody's going to see it, so nobody will care. That's why hooks and everything else is important, but hooks is that much more important because it gives the opportunity to you to sell more and more. And the more you sell, obviously, the higher the chances that the sale will come or the action will come. So hooks to stop the scrolls is pattern interrupt, something visually odd or unexpected in frame one. It can be basically anything you've seen maybe on Instagram, if you're or TikTok, you're scrolling and there's an ad like a person falling down the stairs, and the brand hires an actor or some of their employees to also like end up at the bottom of the stairs, for example, and then they've taken over the hook from somebody else's video, just to kind of make it funny, and so they can move on into their product offering. That can be, again, something really creative or something that you see that works in your industry. Bold or specific claim. These are really, really popular right now, especially because they've seen as they're like not ads, they seem like pretty genuine, like somebody's just sharing their life. So, for example, I stopped buying coffee because of this, and then they go on into whatever. A lot of people are buying coffees and drinking coffee every single morning, so that's why this claim can resonate with a huge amount of people. Questions they feel personally. So, for example, why do you have issues falling asleep even though you're super tired? And if this has happened to you or this keeps happening to you, you know how frustrating this is. So they will feel it on a personal level. Relatable situation, show the exact annoying moment the product fixes. So it can be like a bumper. You have your product is fixing bumpers on a car, or like fixing scratches, and the ad starts by you making a scratch on your car. That is really, really engaging and is again relatable. So it could be even funny. So yeah, try to hit one or even more, combine some of these to make that hook work for you. Structure of a scroll stopper is hook is 0 to 3 seconds, problem is 3 to 10 seconds, fix is 10 to 25 seconds, and proof is at the end, result or review that you want to share. And at the end, you always have to end with CTA, call to action. Call them, invite them to do something. Click on the ad, or go to Google, or go to your website, go to your product page, fill out this form, subscribe to my newsletter. It can be anything. So just so they can make that next step, so you get more of their info, more of the data, and so you can hit them up more and more, and maybe even convert right then and there. So those are like the elements. Again, these like 10 to 25 seconds. This is not fixed, of course. You can always make it a bit longer or shorter. You just have to test how your ad performs. So angles. The same product has many doors in. That's what the angles are. You have to approach it from multiple perspectives. One specific storyline can be seen from multiple perspectives, from the perspective of a consumer, from the perspective of a brand, from a perspective of a family member who wants to buy a product as a gift. It can be multiple things. And also angles can be price, speed, status, fear of missing out. So, for example, I tested it, so you don't have to. Then again, there's also before and after. So any of these things are angles. You just have to test which angles work the best for your target audience. Some products and some verticals are super price sensitive, so you just have to be heavy on discounts and announce those discounts, or speed of delivery. Or it could be, again, if I test, let's say before and after. This is amazing for skincare. If you show an ad of a face that has, I don't know, wrinkles or sun damage or zits, and then afterwards they don't. Again, this is from compliance perspective could be a bit troublesome, but I'm just sharing an example. So those type of things, those are angles. So try to figure out as many angles as possible. Use AI to do it, and always use one angle per ad. The angle, not the product, is usually what's being tested. So let's talk about the feel of the ad. The feel of the ad is it has to look native. And by native, here we mean it looks like somebody that's not affiliated with the product. Somebody is not getting paid. They're just recording it to share it with their audience or with their friends. It has to look native, or I mean, it says here die. This is not, of course, 100% of situations, but in most cases, you have to look friendly, you have to look, or not even friendly, but like either friendly or professional, as long as it's just being genuine and trying to help rather than trying to sell. So try to achieve that. Most of the best performing ads are UGC ads. They're low production, low quality in terms of like video and setup, and there's no studio or studio light or anything like that. It's just person holding up their phone and just saying stuff. So we call that UGC, user generated content. It looks somebody just tested something, or I tested this, sunscreen, and it did wonders for my face and yada yada yada. So and then at the end they sell the product. So try to look native. Best performing ads don't look like ads, they look like organic content from a creator. Polished studio ads scream skinny, because especially with the Gen Z audiences, and that's why UGC style ads dominate. A person talking to their phone camera outperforms a production crew shockingly often. This is 100% true. Okay, when it comes to reading the numbers, hook rate is super important. See what's the percentage of people who watched past 3 seconds. If they don't, then the rest of the 20-second or 30-second ad does not matter because they didn't see it. So even like, for example, with emails, if the open rate, if nobody's opening your emails, they just see your subject line, they don't see the contents of your email. So you have to fix the thing that that is bottleneck for the rest of the campaign. So fix the hook rate if it's low. CTR, click-through rate. Not a lot of people are clicking through the ad and onto the landing page. So did the message create desire? So the middle of part of the ad isn't doing enough of selling. And 3 is ROAS, which is return on ad spend. Did it actually sell? Some ads may look like they are getting a lot of traffic to the website, and even sometimes there are a lot of sales, but maybe the offer wasn't profitable enough, maybe the margins weren't good enough, and maybe just the customer acquisition cost was too high. So even though you sold a lot of stuff, you spent so much. So try to always have to, your ROAS always has to be positive. In some cases, it's fine when it's like awareness. So you're just trying to send the word out about your brand or your product or your news. But in most cases, you have to have positive ROAS. Okay. Section 3, Google. Intent. This one is, I would say, a bit easier. Again, not easy, but easier, and also depends on your competition. But you don't create desire, you're just matching it. Somebody says, hi, I'm trying to find best shoes for running for my flat feet, and then you have the answer, hey, I'm selling these shoes and they are the best because of these and these reasons, and 1,000 people has left them 5-star reviews, and so on and so on. So you're already just matching their request. There are a few types of queries. Informational, so it would be how to fix and then something, how to do. I'm just trying to get information. Commercial is, again, best shoes for running, and transactional is buy Adidas shoes, whatever, 20, I don't know. And somebody's here is just trying to find them where they can buy them, but this is it. They already made a decision. Commercial is still, they're still weighing on options, but they are also ready to buy once they find a good solution. Three-way match that wins. So query is vegan protein powder. Somebody's searching for that. Your ad copy should be vegan protein powder. Try to match it. And then your landing page is the vegan protein page, not the home page. A lot of people are making a mistake of just sending all the traffic to their homepage. Your homepage can be amazing, but try to always have a custom landing page about exactly vegan proteins. Then how your landing page should look like, that's a different topic, but always match their query with the landing page. And now with the AI, that's super easy. Break any link and you pay more for worse results. Yeah, so make your ad good and make your links work. So that's pretty simple, but yeah, it's worth mentioning. So what good search copy does? Mirror the words of the query. Add one differentiator, for example, free shipping, 10K reviews, 90-day guarantee. Give a clear call to action. No cleverness, just be clear, just be simple, and people will go opt for you because they already know what they want to do. You just have to present yourself in the best possible way. So if they sell vegan protein powder, your ad should also say vegan protein powder. One differentiator is, whatever you can make it, I don't know, make a good offer for these folks, folks who are searching in order to choose you rather than somebody else. So yeah, try to be just concise, clear. Hey, here it is. This is why it's the best. So on Meta, the creative does the targeting. On Google, the keyword does the targeting. Remember that line. And we'll also cover that more in a second in the next chapter. I just want to mention that two structural basics. There are things called keywords, which is obviously what people are searching, on Google or ChatGPT, and there are negative keywords. People that are also typing these words, but you can exclude them. So by using negative keywords, you can exclude searches you don't want. Maybe it's free or jobs or DIY. It can be, these are maybe not commercial, so they will not result in a sale. So you're just spending money for, to get clicks that will never result in a sale. So use negative keywords always in your Google Ads account. And search term report, these are actual queries that trigger your ads. You would be really, really surprised how people are finding your ad. They type in something you would never think of, and your ad pops up. They click on it, they make a purchase. So check where your ads pop up, like placements, but also what search terms are triggering your ad. And then once you see, you can add it into your list of allowed keywords and maybe create content around it. So this should help you a lot. Okay, so how AI changed targeting. And this is probably one of the most important things I will tell you today, is the Andromeda era. Clever manual targeting is over. The AI took the wheel. Before, and Andromeda is relevant to Meta, but it kind of applies to all other platforms. They just call it differently, but it's AI targeting, AI-based targeting. So before, advertisers won by stacking interests, custom audiences, precise demographics. That era is over. So, for example, if you sold handbags, let's say, and obviously your targeting would be women, maybe like 25 to 45, in this country, and so on and so on. And you can make it like really, really specific. And these are like called interests or demographics. You can even create custom audiences, or maybe from emails and so on. That's the old way of doing things. You can still do that, but it's not as effective. The now what performs is Advantage Plus, which is allowing Meta and their AI to decide who's to find you people for your to show them ads. For example, you just have to give it budget, create a good creative. The creative itself should be the targeting. So, for example, in the ad, if you mention, if you're a business doing over 1 million revenue a year, selling in Germany, and so on and so on, this Meta will serve that ad to people that are business owners in Germany doing over 1 million in revenue. Sometimes it will make mistakes, so it has to go through a learning process, but that's the gist. If you're selling handbags and you mention like, hey ladies, this is a handbag and latest and so on and so on, it will get served to women that you mentioned in your ad, and so on. So you have to use, you should use Meta's Advantage Plus in order to run your targeting. Creative does your targeting, and it beats hand-built audiences. So Andromeda, like I said, is Meta's rebuilt ads engine. Retrieval stage picks which ads are relevant enough to enter. So your creative has to be really, really good. The system reads your visuals, text, pacing, fingerprints the concept, and matches it to people whose behavior it fits. And I'll take a quick hydration break now. The consequence: your creative is your targeting, and the ad about busy moms saving 20 minutes finds busy moms. The ad about gym performance finds gym people or people who want to lose weight. So you target with the message, not the menu. Your ad, it can be image or video, has to do the targeting and has to mention these avatars. Tiny tweaks don't count. Previously, if you could create 20-second video ad, first last, I don't know, 15 seconds could be the same, and the first 5 seconds just could be a bit different. You could only change the hook. Nowadays, it doesn't work as well because Meta's Andromeda system groups it all together. If it's too similar, they group it all together and just share it to the same audience. But if you're creating different angles, the angles that we mentioned before, your ad will get served to many different types of people, many different groups of people. So it has much better reach, and honestly, will cost a bit less as well. So winning accounts run 8 to 20 truly distinct concepts, refresh every 1 to 3 weeks. The AI burns through audiences faster than the old system. So already within a day or 2 or 3, you already have a good idea of how your ad is performing. So the skill has shifted from media buying to creative strategy. Creative directors are now super in high demand. So if you're in marketing, that's definitely a job that you could be aiming for. Coming up with angles is the job now. AI can definitely help, but you still need that human touch. And Google's version it's called Performance Max and AI generated assets. It's pretty much the same thing. You're just leaving it up to a platform to find you people instead of you doing the targeting. Okay, so where AI helps you. Like I mentioned 10 seconds ago, angle brainstorming. You can just give me 15 angles for this product aimed at moms, busy moms grouped by emotion, and then you pick 3 worth testing. Or the best thing is you pick all 15 and just rotate them depending on your ad budget, of course. AI generates volume, judgment stays human. Copy variations. Once an angle wins, AI writes 10 hook variations in seconds. So you cannot be changing only hooks or like the first 2-3 seconds, but it can help you create variations of your ad. You can still reuse stuff from your old ad, winning ad, into a new one, but you just have to make it a bit distinct from the original one. And creative briefs. Turn a winning angle into a structure brief. So why your creative worked. Hook, scene by scene, CTA, and then once you have the data, a creator or editor can shoot from it. So you can start by creating a cloud project for ad work, load it with winners, screenshots, transcripts of ads, image native ads getting feeded up there, primary text, headlines, and so on. So just feed it into the project, add context, who your customer is, what your brand voice is, what your products are, what the offer currently running is, for example. And yeah. And then ask it, just talk to it, talk to AI, ask for angles and hooks in the style of these winners. And yeah, output quality jumps immediately, ideally, of course. So the guardrail. AI drafts, but the data decides. Even your emotions and feelings about certain ads do not matter. Sometimes the ugliest ad wins. So just test it and see the data. If the hook rate should be improved, if the CTR should be improved, if something else, I don't know, CTA, your landing page sucks, you have to fix it. So just focus on the data, do not be guided by your emotions and personal feelings about the creative. So for the assignment, competitor ad teardown. Study how a real flaring client advertises, then find how they could stand out. You can pick one or more flaring client brands. You can pick flaring.ai as well. You can go to our results page on flaring.ai/results, see some of our clients, choose one of them, or choose just flaring.com or flaring.ai, sorry. So that could be your, your brand that you chose. The second step is pull their live ads. So that's why I'm saying, because FlyRank is mostly organic, but if you can check us out on Meta, you can use Meta Ad Library. Here's the link. And for Google, you can use Ad Transparency Center. That's again all free, public. You just have to go in there, type in the brand name, and you'll find their active ads. So once you do that, find 2 or 3 direct competitors and compare with our clients which hook, offer, visual, or angle is everyone recycling, or style of the ad, UGC, professional, production, and so on. Number 4 is use Claude to spot the patterns and draft fresh angles. Pick the ones you'd actually run. And number 5 is remember the split. Meta and TikTok are interrupt, which means hook, and the creative carry the ad, and Google is intent, clarity, and good offer wins, and reviews, and so on, and reputation, I guess. So what you should hand in is a teardown with your screenshots, a note on what is generic and what is working, and a standout recommendation for each platform. Key insight: longevity equals money. So if people are if you're using those filters and to see like if somebody's running an ad for a few months, that obviously means that ad is a winner ad, and nobody's gonna spend money just running ads that do not bring them money. So if they're running it for 2 months, 3 months, and the more the better, that means the ads are proven winners. So that could be your rule of thumb, I guess. Okay, so cheat sheet, this lecture in 6 lines. Intent, like Google or ChatGPT ads, capture existing demand, and interrupt is Meta or TikTok is creating the demand. On Google, the keyword does the targeting. On Meta, the creative does the targeting. Interrupt recipe, hook within the first 3 seconds, then vivid problem, product as a fix, then proof how you fix it, and call to action. Invite them to make an action so you can find their number, email, and so on, so you can contact them or sell from the page. So on search recipe, there's a query, somebody types it, you find it in Google Ads report, for example, then your ad copy matches that search term, your landing page matches that search term, add reviews, add testimonials, and so on, but they're saying the same words, so just getting repeated in the customer's head. Currently, we're in Andromeda era, which is AI-based targeting. So use 8 to 20 distinct concepts, refresh every 1 to 3 weeks, find different winning angles. And for free spy tools, you can use Meta Ad Library, Google Ads Transparency Center, TikTok Creative Center, and the longer the ad is running, that it means that it's that much of a winner. So that's about it. Hope you have enjoyed today's lesson. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to send them on LinkedIn, on my to my email, adel@flyrank.com. And please subscribe and stay tuned for the next session. Take care. Bye-bye.